Kyle, and welcome back to the podcast Two Protects One. So, if you didn't notice, we have kind of a new intro today, and that's because this is going to be the first ever episode of White Pill Wednesday. Okay, so this is just a little bit of change of pace. Usually, I'm on here and I make videos that are more, I wouldn't say negative, but just exposing some of the corruption that's going on in the world. And I wanted to do something and change it up a little bit to where I'm sharing more of a positive spin, maybe talking a little bit about recovery, Christianity, outreach, sharing more positive videos. So I haven't really nailed down a specific format yet, but we are in the process of moving in this direction. I have a few things planned today. I really wanted to take the time and make this video to share I have one funny video clip, but also to share some positive stuff with you. We're going to read a few scriptures. We're going to talk a little bit about faith and recovery, and we're going to talk about, and I'm going to share a little bit of my story as far as coming to Christ and how that happened and what that looked like. But really, before I get started here, I really want you guys to hit the like button on the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. It would be greatly appreciated. So, if political content is not, something that you're interested in, maybe this is something else that you're interested in. Maybe this is something that, um, will get your attention. Maybe it's something that you'll tune in and listen to every week. I don't know. But I do want to just take the time and say thank you for coming and listening to the episode, and I hope you enjoy it. So, the first thing I really want to talk about today is over the weekend, this past Sunday, my wife was officially baptized through our church that we go to. So, it was a super exciting day, as far as her giving her life to Christ, and it was very personal to her. It was something that she had been thinking about for a long time, and she wanted to make sure that that is, what God wanted her to do, and she really thought deep about it. It wasn't just a hey, we're gonna do this, so and so, just because this is what everybody does. She thought about it. She was reading scripture. She was praying, and she spent months thinking about doing this. We spent months trying to find a church. We finally found a church that we like. So it was awesome for her. I was there to support her. Um, you know, it was just a good day. We went out with family and friends afterwards, or we went out with family and had lunch afterwards, and it was just an awesome day. To see God work in my wife's life is just amazing. Okay, it's amazing, to watch the transformation from an outside perspective. It's been inspiring. So I know for me, I fall short. Okay, my spiritual life has been a mess, and I have not been doing very well as far as in that area. And she's done pretty much everything she possibly can to lift me up and point me in the right direction. And I think sometimes I get a little lost and fired up about political content that I don't stop and realize, like, hey, buddy, you have to take care of the spiritual stuff as well. And sometimes I need a good reminder of that. And I'm glad that he's placed her in my life and really inspired me to try to dig deeper. And that's what I've been trying to do, hit or miss off and on for the last 2 or 3 months. I've really tried to start praying more, tried to start reading my Bible, my daily devotional. So one of my favorite daily devotionals is My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers. If you don't have this book, I definitely suggest getting into this book. It's not your cotton candy gummy bear type of Christianity type devotional. Okay. It's not something that you're just going to be able to skim through. you'll actually have, scriptures to look up, and if you don't wanna buy the book, you can also get online and read them for free. It's called My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers. I've been reading it for years. I've been off and on with it. It's not like I read it every day, but I happened to pick it back up, and it's been super inspirational. And so it's a process, and I want to let people know, like, when I get on here and I talk about politics, I think sometimes I can speak from like a moral superiority or like some kind of moral high ground. And in all actuality, like, yes, there is stuff that I feel like needs to be exposed with transgenderism, the LGBT, just the overall sinfulness of the left, and sometimes on the right as well. As we often do see on the right, some people fall victim to the same sin and same issues, and it's just, you know I feel like I try to do my best politically to try to push the narrative, or to destroy the left's narrative, and that's the best I can do. But really, being able to focus on Christ and focus on what he would want us to do, I think that is way better than, focusing on what I want to do, because what I want to do is oftentimes wrong, like, as far as the how I want to do things is sometimes often wrong, but I will say this, just a little bit of time that I've been, researching scriptures and really started to pray again. I feel like God has really been with me, and I'm trying to reestablish, my spiritual life, which has been just completely non-existent for probably 2-3 years. Okay. Um, so it's a process. It's a process. And I want to let anybody know that if you're out there and you're struggling, you're going through something, don't give up. Okay. It doesn't look like, you're not a cookie cutter Christian. Okay. It's not going to look like fairy tales and rainbows the whole time you're a Christian. Okay. You're going to go through some dark times. You're going to go through some frustrating times. You're going to go through some self-inflicted wounds, some wounds that, you probably could have avoided, but you did it anyway because you're just that type of person. You know, some people don't, and I'll say this, some people don't suffer some of these sins at a rock bottom level. Some people learn quicker than others. Some people hide better than others. They might be dealing with the same issues that you're dealing with, but they're not sharing them. So I really need to work on getting a new light. All right. But some people just have a better, they're better at hiding, and they don't open up. And that's fine too. I mean, all we can do is try to preach the gospel, share with others and love one another, and try to do everything we possibly can to move these people closer to Christ. And, that's what I want to try to do, not only with this podcast, but also with, my more political focused one as well. You know, I don't pretend to be anything that I'm not. Okay. I struggle. Sometimes maybe I come off that way a little bit. But honestly, that's not my intentions. My intentions are to expose all the lies that we've been, you know, fed over the last, 10, 20 years. All right. So, I really want to get into the scriptures that I have pulled up today. Um, but let me just give a little bit of a, backstory about me and why this type of podcast I feel inspired to do. Okay. And I don't really share this. I haven't shared it very much on the internet, but I am a recovered alcoholic. I've been sober. I am a recovered alcoholic and drug addict, but um, I have been sober for 19 years. Okay. I haven't used any drugs or alcohol in 19 years, and I don't really talk about it a whole lot because I don't know, it's gotten to the point where it's almost automatic now, like where, that God has removed that stuff so far from my life that I don't think about using drugs and alcohol anymore. And I really now I'm not saying I'm like walking around happy all the time and la 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 la. No, I just don't, when something hard happens in my life, I don't focus on that. That's not my main focus. Like, ah, man, I need to get a drink or I need to get a drug or, something like that. But, so I've been sober for a while. I've been a Christian for about 18 years. Okay. I've fallen down, I've gotten back up. I've fallen down, I've gotten back up. Repeat, repeat. Okay. You know, um, I don't ever claim to have it all right. I don't ever claim to be perfect. Um, but I tried my best to uphold certain standards in my life. And sometimes I fall short of them. And that's okay. I just, you know, this life is not going to be simple. Okay. And I want to try to encourage people, if you're struggling in your faith, if you're having issues, um, just don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't think that, just because you messed up and you committed this huge sin, that God won't forgive you. Okay. Now, does God ultimately want to change your life and change you away from that sin, that stuff that drives you away from Him? Yes. But God knew that we were going to be fallible. Okay. He knew we were going to make mistakes. He knew we were going to fall short. That's the whole reason why Christ died on the cross. And if it, a lot of people say, well, you can't sin and use that as an excuse. Like, brother, you don't understand. Like, if I've went through situations in my life, like, or if I could quit doing what I'm doing and be a good little church boy like you, then I would have done it a long time ago. Would have done it a long time ago. So as far as that goes, I just want to and I don't know why this cord keeps making this noise. But I just want to try to give encouragement as much as possible to people like, hey, if you make a bunch of mistakes, just don't give up. Okay? Just don't give up. I think some people get discouraged and they're like, hey, I really screwed up my life. And I don't think I can make my way back to Christ. Like, dude, he never left. Okay? He never left. And I believe that. Like, he has never left you. He's not going to forsake you and he's not going to give up on you. You are a work in progress, whether you believe it or not. And so I always try to remember that. Sometimes I am my worst enemy. Okay. But as far as this situation goes, in this podcast, I want to try to start putting the message out there, like, hey, if you need help, as far as like alcoholism, drug addiction, I'm more than willing to help you. I am nobody special. I'm just another bozo on the bus. But I have done some things in my life to where um, I don't think about alcohol and drugs all the time. Okay, and I can show you some of those things that I did, and maybe they'll work for you, maybe they won't. Okay, and that's pretty much as far as I'll go with that. But I do want to try to encourage people. Just don't give up, don't lose hope. Cry out to Jesus, cry out to God, cry out to whoever you think's out there that's gonna, you know, if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, cry out to whatever God you think is out there. And when I first started praying, I prayed just to nothing. I didn't understand. I didn't know. I didn't know what the heck was going on. But as far as that goes, I kind of just developed my own relationship with Jesus Christ, and it was awesome. So yeah, and that's pretty much where I'm at today in my life. I've developed my relationship with Jesus over time. He is um He is my rock. All right. So, really, I want to get into these scriptures that I have laid out today. It's nothing major. Three script, or just like I think 3 or 4 verses from Matthew chapter 5, and this is just a word of encouragement. It talks about the salt and the light. So, starting with verse 13, it says, "You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." So, if you're going through a season of discouragement, if you're going through a season of frustration, if you're going through, some people have struggles during the winter, maybe a season of depression, get back into the word, share this with others, you know, um, start talking to somebody about Jesus. You don't have to blatantly come out and just ambush them, but, just kind of subtly throw it out there. Find a way to minister some people that are around you. Not so much just people in your church. Just could be random people, and let your light shine bright. And it's an amazing feeling to walk into a room and know that your light is shining bright, and that you can try your best to help others. So I always try to encourage people. Let your light shine bright and don't lose your saltiness. I think some people get stagnant in Christianity, in you know, um, preaching the gospel. I think they get stagnant. They don't want to share the gospel. They think, that there's no point. And I'll just say this: I think that there is a point. There is, um, some reason, some rhyme and reason to share the gospel with others. I think if you can, um, share with others and plant seeds, you never know what'll grow. And, you could have a conversation with somebody tomorrow about Jesus Christ. And, 10, 15 years from now, they could give their life to the Lord, and remember what you said. You might not ever see the harvest. You might not ever see the harvest. Okay. You might sow something into somebody's life, but you might not ever see the results. But I encourage you, don't give up. Keep pushing forward. Share with others about Christ. Um, so that's basically what I wanted to talk about. I thought that verse stuck out to me when I was reading scriptures, so I wanted to share that with you as well. So there is one video I want to watch. Now, this has nothing really to do with Christianity. This has really nothing to do with, um, God or recovery or anything. It's just a funny video. Hope it makes you laugh too. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to How Much Plastic Wrap Can Stop Me. 1 sheet of plastic wrap. 2 sheets of
Pretty good so far. Did an awesome job.
plastic wrap. 3 sheets of plastic wrap.
3 sheets. Very good job. Very, very good.
Yes! First place finish. 5 sheets of plastic wrap. 10 sheets.
All right, 10 sheets. Dude ripped through it like the Incredible Hulk. That was awesome, man. That was awesome.
15 sheets.
Oh, we'll go back, but you gotta, oh, just watch him hit. It is hilarious.
15 sheets.
Oh, and then I think he passes out for a minute. Okay, because he doesn't move. All right, he does not move.
Ow, dude! What the fuck? Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god!
Oh, so that was awesome. That was awesome. That was a video I seen today, and I thought it was hilarious. Dude, basically tried to run through 15 sheets of plastic wrap, and he just didn't quite make it. All right, so that's pretty much it for me today. Um, I just wanted to kind of do a quick introduction to what this show is going to be about. It's going to develop more over time, but I'm excited. Okay, I really want to see where this part of the podcast goes. Okay, because I know people are drowned out by political noise. Okay, I understand that. They're drowned out by political noise, all this negativity. Where is the white pill? Where is the positive news? Where is God? Where is, hope and freedom and peace in our lives? Well, I hope over time that this podcast will develop into a little bit of a hope shot for you, a little bit of hopium. Okay. Because I believe we all need it. Okay. We all need a little bit of hope. Whether you're a believer in Jesus Christ or not, I'm hoping that either you can get some hope from this, or this will bring peace in your life, or this will give you a different outlook, at least for just a 24-hour stretch. And that is my goal. That is my goal, is to get you to focus on something positive for 20 to 30 minutes of your day. And that's it from me. I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. It was fun hanging out with you. Okay. God bless you. God bless your family. And God bless the United States of America. I'm out.